In Jamaica, moving forward, jobs, growth and development. That was the mantra as Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller made her contribution to the 2015-2016 budget debate in Parliament on Tuesday. Mrs. Simpson-Miller touted the achievements of the government over the last 3 years. She's resolute. Her team has the country economic affairs under control. More in this report from Tanika Thomas.
It was a militant Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller that defended the accomplishments of her government as she made her contribution to the 2015-2016 budget debate in Gordon House on Tuesday. The Prime Minister came armed with information, rubbishing the opposition claims that the government has done nothing to stabilize the economy or improve the standard of living for Jamaicans since assuming office in 2012. Mrs. Simpson-Miller argues that her government made the tough decisions to transform the economy with the assistance of the IMF and restored international credibility.
It has been a tough journey. There were many times along the way when many persons became discouraged and wondered if we would ever see the top of the mountain. Today we can say that our economy has stabilized. The respect for our country by the international community has been restored. And our confidence is rising as we reap success. The big three agencies that rate the economies of the world, Standard & Poor's, Fitch and Moody's, have kept a close watch. They all agree that we have been meeting or surpassing our macroeconomic targets.
She also criticized the opposition for what she termed their doom and gloom campaign. Mrs. Simpson-Miller insists there has been a marked difference since the PNP took over office from the JLP government in 2011.
A word to the wise. The Jamaican people are not fooled by the bluster of sound and fury signifying nothing.
She says the JLP's arguments that the economy isn't growing are unfounded.
The opposition continues to weave a tale that nothing is happening in the economy and that we are worse off. The highly influential Forbes magazine has named Jamaica as the best Caribbean country in which to do business.
The Prime Minister would, however, concede that the pace of growth is slow. However, she expressed full confidence in the government's economic reform program. Meanwhile, Mrs. Simpson-Miller poured cold water on the opposition leader's dramatics. During his budget presentation last week, Mr. Holness carried food baskets to Parliament, which he used to demonstrate the rapidly dwindling spending power of the Jamaican populace.
My friend, the opposition leader resorted to theatrics by bringing 3 baskets to this debate. When I introduced the food basket to Parliament many years ago, it was not meant to poke fun at the plight of the Jamaican people. I feel the pain our people are facing, and I know the difficulties. It is real. People's pain should never be exploited for cheap theatrics and political grandstanding.
And she also had this to say.
My greatest concern, though, is that the items in his food baskets were imported. I would have preferred if I had seen yam, dasheen, plantain, banana, breadfruit, peanut, red peas. If we did not pass the 7 IMF test, there would be nothing in the basket except perhaps eucalyptus oil.
Tanika Thomas reporting for CEEN Caribbean News.
Still in Jamaica, there are more plans on the horizon to return the commercial downtown Kingston to its former glory. Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller has announced several investment initiatives to revive downtown. She noted that the improvements will also create employment for Jamaicans. Mrs. Simpson-Miller explained that the Urban Development Corporation, UDC, is behind the potential developments. The UDC managed to sell the Oceana Hotel in downtown to a Jamaican-Canadian consortium for $385 million. The developer has great ideas for the site.
Demolition work has already started on the ground floor of the Oceana building. The ground floor, which spans 70,000 square feet of space, is being fully renovated. It will be outfitted with new equipment, fixtures and fittings to accommodate 400 to 500 persons in modern office space facilities. Design and planning works are already underway, and physical works are expected to commence within 3 months.
Meanwhile, the Victoria Pier on the waterfront will be leased to another local investor who is already renovating the facility into a first-class restaurant. The facility will also boast a lounge complemented with a gaming facility and an art gallery. Mrs. Simpson-Miller provided the update as she made her budget presentation in Gordon House on a Tuesday.